Before I tell you this story, I need you to understand something. Betrayal from strangers is painful, but betrayal from your own blood, that's a different kind of destruction entirely. My name is Nicole, and I'm about to tell you how the people who created me became the people who destroyed my future. My childhood wasn't the kind you'd call abusive if you didn't know where to look. My parents, David and Susan, were subtle. They were calculated. They were the kind of liars who smiled while they stole. My father, David, was a financial advisor, respected, trusted, the kind of man other people's families gave their money to manage. He knew exactly how to move money, exactly how to hide it, exactly how to make theft look like family unity. My mother, Susan, was the enforcer. She was the one who made sure I didn't ask questions. She was the one who said things like, "Your father is handling everything. Don't worry your pretty little head about finances." Like I was stupid, like I was incapable. And then there was my brother, Marcus. Marcus was golden, not because he did anything special, but because our parents decided he would be. He got the best schools. He got a car at 15. He got a full-ride scholarship that our parents supplemented with extra money anyway. He got everything, and he got it effortlessly. I got told to be realistic about my future. When I was 17 and wanted to go to an out-of-state university, Susan said, "That's too expensive. You should go somewhere local and save money." Marcus wanted to go to the same out-of-state university. Suddenly, money wasn't a problem anymore. Suddenly, my parents found RESOURCES they didn't know they had. I learned to expect less, to want less, to believe I deserved less. My grandfather, William, was different. He was a judge, a real judge who spent his life seeing through lies. He called me on my 25th birthday and said something that confused me at the time. "Nicole," he said, "I need you to know that your grandfather set something aside for you, something important, something that should belong to you." I asked what he meant. He said we'd talk about it, and then he hung up. That was the moment my life changed, but I didn't know it yet. 2 years later, he decided it was time. He rented a private dining room at a hotel. He invited my entire family. He told me to dress nicely and to prepare myself for truth. I had no idea what that meant. When we all sat down, me, Marcus, David, Susan, and grandfather William, there was this tension in the air. Like something dangerous was about to happen. Like we all felt it, but no one wanted to acknowledge it. William didn't make small talk. He went straight to it. "I established a trust fund for Nicole when she was born," he said. His voice was heavy, like he was about to drop something destructive on this table. Susan's fork stopped midair. David's jaw clenched. Marcus looked confused. $3 million, set aside specifically for Nicole's education, her home, her independence. William looked directly at me. "Nicole, I want to know what happened to that money." I felt the world stop. "I don't know what you're talking about," I said. My voice was small, exactly like my parents had trained it to be. William nodded to his lawyer, a woman named Patricia who had the bearing of someone who destroys people for a living. Patricia opened her briefcase and pulled out a binder, then another, then another, then a fourth. The sound of them hitting the table echoed, like GUNSHOTS. "Over the past 25 years, Patricia began, approximately $2.7 million has been withdrawn from Nicole's trust account." David's face turned absolutely gray. "These withdrawals were authorized by both David and Susan. Let me walk you through what this money was used for." Patricia opened the first binder. $2,000 now, $50,000, reason, purchase of primary residence. My parents' house. 2001, $60,000, reason, home renovation and landscaping. Their renovation. 2002, $40,000, reason, Marcus's study abroad program. MARCUS trip that had to happen. 2004, $100,000, reason, Marcus's law school tuition. My brother's entire education, paid FOR, with MY money. Susan made a strangled sound. David tried to speak. Patricia raised her hand. "I'm not finished," she said coldly. Page after page after page. 10 years of theft. 15 years of systematic robbery. 25 years of my family stealing my future while smiling at me at the dinner table. Vacations, car purchases, Susan's cosmetic surgery, David's golf club membership, Marcus's wedding, Marcus's DOWN payment on his house. All of it, paid for with the money my grandfather left specifically for me. Additionally, Patricia said, there are numerous occasions where David, in his capacity as a financial advisor, gave himself extra commission from the trust. He essentially paid himself to steal from his own daughter. I felt something break inside my chest. Marcus looked absolutely horrified. He kept saying, "I didn't know. I swear I didn't know any of this." And maybe he didn't, but ignorance wasn't innocence. He'd enjoyed every benefit. He'd never asked questions. He'd accepted everything like it was OWED to him. Susan tried to defend herself. She said they were family responsibilities. She said they were providing for everyone. She said I was selfish for even questioning it. "You've had a good life," she said desperately. "We raised you. We put a roof over your head." "With MY money," I said, and my voice was steady now, cold, deadly calm. "You put a roof over my head using money that was supposed to ensure I never had to ask you for anything." David just SAT there. He didn't defend himself. He didn't explain. He just SLUMPAD in his chair like a man who'd been caught. Patricia presented the legal documents: criminal fraud charges, breach of fiduciary duty, financial abuse of a vulnerable dependent. The state was getting involved. This wasn't just family drama anymore. This was a crime. The total amount owed, including investment income, penalties, and interest, Patricia said, is $4.5 million. Susan's hands shook. Additionally, there will be investigations into David's other clients. If he stole from his own daughter, the assumption is he's stolen from others as well. David's face went absolutely white. Because now his career was finished. His reputation was destroyed. His professional license was gone. I looked at him, really looked at him, and I felt nothing. No sadness, no sympathy, no guilt, nothing. He'd spent 25 years CHO money over his daughter, and now he was facing the consequences of that choice. Patricia slid a document toward me. "Nicole, I need your authorization to proceed." I signed it. Immediately. No hesitation, no second thoughts, no last-minute mercy. The pen moved across that paper, and it felt like I was signing away my entire childhood. All those years of being told I was less. All those years of watching Marcus get everything while I got nothing. Gone. Marcus tried to reach out to me afterward. He said he wanted to make this right. He said he felt terrible. He said he'd spend the rest of his life repaying me. I told him the only way to repay me was to disappear. He's still trying. I still don't answer. Susan called my grandfather begging him to intervene. She said she'd made MISDAKES. She said the family was falling apart. Grandfather William told her something I'll never forget. "The family fell apart the moment you decided your daughter was worth less than your lifestyle." David's legal practice was DISMANTLED. Turns out he'd been embezzling from clients for years. Grandfather William's investigation opened Pandora's box. Other clients came forward. Other THEFTS were discovered. David wasn't just a thief from his daughter. He was a predator who'd stolen from everyone. He faced federal charges. Prison time was real. The house they bought with MY money, seized. The cars they drove, ASSETS in the case. The life they built on MY back, DISMANTLED piece by piece. I got my money, every penny, $4.5 million. I bought a mansion, not to be cruel, but to remind myself daily that I survived them, that I thrived without them. I started a foundation for adult children recovering from financial abuse. I wrote a book about recognizing when family is stealing from you. I became a speaker, traveling nationally, telling my story to thousands of people who needed to hear it. And I did it all while my parents suffered the consequences of their own greed. My mother ended up in a modest apartment after the house was seized. My father is in prison. Marcus had to pay back the money he received from stolen funds, which destroyed his career trajectory. They made their choices, and now they live with them. The worst part, the part that proves everything, neither of my parents ever once apologized to me, not genuinely. Not once did they look me in the eye and say, "We were wrong. We stole from you. We're sorry." They were only sorry they got caught. That's when I realized, these people aren't my family. Family doesn't steal from you. Family doesn't lie to you for 25 years. Family doesn't choose money over their child. These are just people who shared my DNA and decided to use me. I'm 27 now, and I have everything they tried to keep from me. I have freedom. I have power. I have evidence of their crimes displayed in legal records that will exist forever. The revenge isn't in their suffering. The revenge is that I'm thriving. Every vacation I take reminds them what they lost. Every success I achieve is a monument to their failure as parents. Every year I spend without them in my life is another year they have to sit with what they did. If your family is stealing from you, if they're lying about your future, if they're choosing themselves over you, this is your sign. This is your moment. This is your permission to take them down. Don't wait for them to change. They won't. Don't wait for them to apologize. They can't. Don't wait for them to understand. They never will. Get your evidence, build your case, and then bury them with the truth. Like this video. Share it with someone whose family is bleeding them dry. Subscribe to Revenge Voice because your betrayal is valid and your comeback is inevitable. The truth always surfaces. The LARS always fall, and the strong always survive. I'm proof of that,